Okay, we are continuing this video. I obviously wasn't going to do a video of each and every one of these. That's a little bit intense. It's bad enough I'm taking pictures, several pictures of each, just because I'm fascinated by it. And you know, there's inscriptions here in Deutsch, in German, which I'll decipher later. A lot of the words I do recognize and some I don't. My Deutsch is not good enough yet. Now there's the big gateway, and you can clearly see the Soviet symbols on there. You can see the two soldiers kneeling. And again, I'm going to try to give you a sense of how massive this thing is. Just panning by. I hope this gives you an idea. So let's walk up to this last stone monument or monolith, or whatever you want to call it. It too tells a tale just like all the others. They're almost all unique. And here you can see, you know, a woman crying, planes dropping bombs, a lot of hell, you know. Whatever you think of the Soviets and whatever you think of Stalin, you know, this tale here, even though it's obviously motivated by propaganda, you know, but this tale here highlights what I've always said about war is the little guy that always gets the pinch, right? You think those ladies there in that picture wanted all this hell and mayhem? No. They may have lost their sons, daughters, husbands, other family members, and the hell that was taking place. Okay, so whatever you think of the Soviets, whatever, I think this memorial highlights the sheer unadulterated hell and the deaths ever propagandized, you know. Now here we can see a quote from, supposedly from Stalin, and each one of these on this side has quotes from Stalin in German, and the other side, I think they're also from Stalin, but they're in Russian. And that's something I've noticed here with this memorial. They have the same thing both from Russian and German, for obvious reasons. Okay, here we see this side here, which is also telling a similar tale as the side I just shown. You know, you see that little kid there on the ground, dead, presumably. Presumably that's her mother looking at the planes overhead, dropping even more bombs, destroying their lives, basically everything they've ever known. Okay, this is the tale of innocence being destroyed by war. And who would have known Now I'll understand what, you know, this message here means when I get back home and can look up some of the words that I don't get. I mean, I get the hint of it. I mean, here is talking about Hitler Deutschland. All right. So this is about, I think, just off the top of my head here, the triumph over Hitler, but the pyrrhic cost, the cost at which, you know, this victory was achieved. But if you know German, you probably know better than me what it actually says. Like I said, my levels are about A2, so I have to look up half these words. I mean, some of these words I recognize off the bat, and some I do not. About half of them I do not, or maybe less than half. But so I need to dig into what this really means. Die Rote Armee sich gezwungen ins Feld zu ziehen, ihre Heimat zu verteidigen. Okay. Some of that I understand, but you can't really get to appreciate the full understanding until you cover everything, and then, you know. So, if you're a better man than me and you know you're German, you'll know exactly, very precisely what this says. And we got something here even. Probably have to do with, I don't know. But this one is in Russian. I don't read Russian at all. But this concludes my coverage of the Soviet War Memorial. I've never seen anything so massive in my life. I mean, I've seen lots of memorials, usually far smaller in size. This just takes the cake. It wouldn't surprise me if this is the biggest war memorial in the world. I'm not sure if that's the case. And if not, I'd love to see anything that's actually bigger than this. But I gotta see. And maybe in the Guinness Book of World Records or some such, I don't know. As you can see, this covers 1941 through 1945. You see that all over the place here. And when the Soviets did something, they did something. They didn't fuck around. Okay. Whatever their aim and whatever their motivation for doing this, they did it. There's no fucking around here. They built this place. They had a message to convey, and this message will be conveyed for generations to come. For generations to come. We can only imagine what it was like during that time. I can't think of what it would be like having your world being bombed back into the Stone Age. Okay, that I intellectually understand it, but to actually feel it in your bones, I am incapable. Maybe I don't want to be capable, you know, because, well, one has to live and be mired in depression and despair all the time. It's nicht gut. Besides, this happened a long time ago. 70 years ago, give or plus or minus. So this is all history. It'll be here 200 years from now, I would imagine. I hope they do preserve this place. You know, there's a lot of places in the United States, particularly in the South, where they have, you know, war memorials there from the Civil War. And these days, a lot of them are being torn down, and I don't understand why. I mean, they need to be left standing, just like this one is being left standing, even though, you know, it represents occupation by the Soviets, by Stalin, and Stalin, well, I don't know what your opinion of Stalin is, but as far as I'm concerned, he was just as bad as Hitler. Just as bad, just ruthless, just a ruthless ruler. He would kill anybody who he even considered a minor threat, including his own generals. He just killed them all. Okay. And he starved out Ukraine and did a lot of other nasty things. Okay. Tens of millions died under Stalin's rule. Tens of millions. What was it, 20 million? I don't even know. You can look it up. It's all on the internet. But this is my thoughts on the matter. I might do one more video just for the hell of it. You can see the soldiers there kneeling, as in giving umbrage to the effort. It's a very powerful message. Even though it's all completely propaganda, but that doesn't matter. Even though it's propaganda, it still communicates something.